demonstrate how to model the mosquito coil holder in Onshape. First of all, let's scroll down on the D&T website to here, step 1. I'm going to click here to open the master Onshape file. Now, of course, by doing this, you may also have to sign into Onshape the first time because you will not already be signed in. This opens this file like this. What I need to do immediately is click on these 3 lines and copy the workspace. I'm now going to call this a name, so I'll call this Russell Mosquito, okay, as an example. And I'm going to choose Create a Copy. So this is then going to copy this file but give it a new name, so it then becomes your own work. As you can see, this is loading the workspace in the document. I'm signed in here, and here is my document, and what I want to do is change it to Part Studio. So here what I've got already is I've got my 3 layers and I've got my mosquito coil set up, ready for you to start modeling. But the first thing to do in order to start modeling is bring in your sketch. This will help you in terms of being able to sketch and understand what you're trying to sketch and how big things should be based upon the development work you did in Procreate. So I'm going to do my new sketch on this surface here. I'm going to press N on my keyboard and I'm going to go up to this top menu. I'm going to choose Insert Image. Now I'm going to choose Import because I've got to find my image. Now your image may be in your Google Drive, it may still be on an iPad, and therefore you will have to transfer it across so you can access it. So here is mine. I'm going to upload it, which uploads in this little box here. Now I'm going to shut that box down, and here it is at the bottom. So what it wants me to do is draw my design. So I'm holding my left mouse button and dragging my work across. Then what I need to do is resize my image, because here in the background, if I just do that, you can see this is actually the CAD model drawn to the right size, and what I want to do is get my sketch to approximately the right size. So I'm going to sketch a line, and one thing that we know is that the width of our work, if I draw a straight line across here and finish there, and press Escape on my keyboard, that the width of our block should be 150 millimeters. So now I've changed that to 150 millimeters. I'm going to press Escape on my keyboard, and what I want to do is move my sketch here that I've just sketched over the top like this, just to help me sketch. If it's too far away because I've zoomed out too much, then zoom in and you can do smaller adjustments to get the sketch lined up. So that's the first task. I'm going to accept that, and I'm just going to right click on that here and choose Rename, and I'm going to call this Inserted Design Ideas. That just makes it easier for me to find it if I want to hide it like that at any point. So then the next thing we want to do is we want to do a new sketch on the front surface again of our work, and this time what we're going to do is sketch our split line. Okay, now this is going to be the line that splits the wood, the timber, from the resin. So I'm going to choose the spline tool here. You can see on my sketch this is what it is, so I'm only interested in this line at the moment. So I'm going to sketch, and I'm going to try and do this with as few points as I can to get a smoother curve. And notice that my line starts and finishes outside of my shape. I'm going to press Escape to stop sketching. I'm going to press Escape a second time, and by doing that, that allows me now to go in and manipulate my curve shape just a little bit more, hopefully, so I can get a nicer curve by moving my points. Now it could be that I can't get exactly the curve that I want, and if that's the case, then I could add another point at this point here, for example, if I wanted to. But right now I'm just going to move this slide this across because I'm happy with this being a smoother curve. Notice I just grabbed the end there, so it's just little tiny tweaks and manipulation to get something that you're happy with. So I'll do this side, okay, and to get my smooth curve, perhaps I just need to move this ever so slightly, like that. Okay, so I'm happy with my curve. However, I've done this side, now look what's happened. This side has moved. So now I'm going to get this one, and I'm going to bring that back down, and I'm going to bend this line just a little bit more. Okay, let's say something like that. And then I'm going to accept my work. So I've now got a single line, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide that so you can see this. And then I'm going to choose extrude, but I'm going to change this from solid to surface. I'm going to select my line, and I'm going to drag it all the way through my layers, like so, noting that it's on that front plane. Sometimes it could be worth just picking symmetrical to make sure that it does go through absolutely everything, just like that. I'm going to accept. So now I've got a surface and I've got my blocks here. So what I want to do is I want to split my blocks with this surface. So I go up to the top and choose split. What do I want to split? I want to split this layer, and this layer, and I want to split it with this surface. If you notice here, this now creates two of everything, so I'm going to accept. We've got a single line going through our work, and actually what we could do at this stage, so you can see what's happening, is I could change my colours of my resin parts. So double click, and there you can see that now I've created my split between my timber and my resin, ready to start the next stage, which is to model the shaping.